Hello friends, this is Kylie and welcome back to my channel, those of you that are returning, and hello, hi, welcome those of you guys that are new. So for today's video, I'm super excited because I will be showing you guys my newest release of my reading journal that will be live now in my Etsy shop. So I have been working on this for a few months now and really trialing it out in my own planner, kind of seeing what needed to be fixed, what needed to be adjusted, so that way it would be perfect for you guys once you purchased. So I'm going to go over all the pages in the reading journal, kind of go over the product, some recommendations, and just super excited to show you guys this today. So one thing I should mention is that this will be a digital printable only, just because with me working a full-time job, I really think that printables are going to be more manageable for me in terms of what products I'm offering. You know, adding into that printing and cutting and hole punching these reading journal inserts, I just don't think that's going to be feasible for me long term. So just wanted to let you guys know that this is solely a digital printable, but I do have some recommendations on what kind of paper you can use, what kind of paper to avoid, so that it just works very well for you guys in your planner. So starting off here, you have the cover page of the reading journal. I have this really beautiful girl here reading, and it's going to be your overall main page if you put this in a section in your classic planner. Now, all the pages will have a page number just to kind of let you know what order this goes in, and also will include some guidelines on where to cut. So that helps you make sure that you size it down accordingly to fit in a classic size planner, and you would just use your paper trimmer to cut along those guide marks. So this was the first page. Then the second page you get into is the reading monthly stats. So the intention for this page is to color in all of the days of that month that you read. And then at the very end of the month, you'll just write down the number of books total that you've read. So that way you can kind of see what month you read the most, what month you read the least, and just give you an overview of the year and what you read and how long you read. So that's the intention for this page, and I have really been loving doing this so far just because it shows me how often I wait in between books that I read or how quickly I go into reading a new book. So just for like tracking purposes for myself, I'm trying not to read a new book the same day that I finish one, just because I help keep track of when I start and finish a book by using the Kindle app on my phone or my iPad, and it gives you the reading insights. So it shows like what days I've logged in to the Kindle app and read. So I'm trying to leave at least a day or two in between as like buffers, so that way I know what days I read what specific book. So that's how I'm keeping track of the books that I'm reading, so that way I can help fill out this page every couple of weeks. So then the next page you have is the book of the month page. So you have a space for every single month of the year, and then at the very end of the month, once you've finished reading, you can write down what your top favorite book is for that specific month. So my favorite book I have read so far this month, which I don't think anything is going to beat it, is called Fairytale, and I am so excited to put that here in January because, like I said, I don't think any other book is going to beat it. So then the page after that is your bookshelf. So I have here quite a few spaces for you to be able to color in and write down the name of the book that you read. So if you're like me, where you don't purchase physical books too often, I mainly read using Kindle Unlimited, or I will just purchase a book on Kindle. So I don't have very many physical books. I only now buy physical books if I truly, truly loved the book and I want to have a hard copy of it in my bookshelf. But this way I'm able to at least see all the books that I've read and then the covers, and just this is, pretty fun for me because obviously it's here in my planner and I can just see it at an overall glance. It's not physically taking up space in my bookshelf. And then here at the very end, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in my planner, in my section, and also again give you guys recommendations on what type of paper to print on. Okay, so this one has to be my absolute favorite page because I did something last year where I just made spaces of this little box here. I just made spaces on one page and I would print off the covers of all the books that I had read, but I wanted to add a little bit more to it and show obviously still the cover of the book, but I wanted to write down the title, the author, when I started the book, when I finished it, and then what I rated it. I do have another product that will be up on my webpage. So this is what I had created so that way I could again have the cover of the book. I have that same title, author. I added genre, start date, end date, rating, a spicy meter, and then thoughts and review. But this doesn't quite work very well for me. I don't necessarily want to write out what my thoughts and reviews were of the book that I read, so I decided to merge my previous page of just all the covers and then merge the book review into this overall books read and ratings page, because this just works better for me. That way I don't have to write out what my thoughts and review was of the overall book. I'm able to just kind of have the basic information here, but still see all the images of the covers. So this is my absolute favorite page that I created. You do get 2 pages of this, so 1 and 2. But the awesome thing about it being a digital printable is that you're able to just reprint these 2 pages over and over and over again if you obviously read more than the allocated space on these 2 pages. So you can just reprint over and over again as you'd like. So that's kind of another perk I think of this being a digital printable, is you can just reprint over and over. So you no need to repurchase. It's yours once you buy it. So that is the books read and ratings page. The next page is a common tropes bingo page. So as the name implies, these are common tropes that you might see in books that you read, and you can just highlight these or color this in with colored pencils, however it is you'd like to do this, and you do get a free space. Just start off from the very beginning, and then as you go through 2025 reading all your books, you can just mark off on your bingo page here the trope that you finished. So I love this page as well. And then moving on to the page after that, this is your A to Z reading challenge page. So you're going to write in the name of the books that you've read that start with that corresponding letter. So this I thought would be really, really fun, and I'm really excited, and I'm going to finish this for 2025, but I will need some assistance in recommendations of books that kind of start with the more obscure, not common letters like U or Q or X, so even Z. So those obscure letters. So I will be asking for recommendations on any books that'll help me fill up those specific spots. And then here we have the never ending TBR. So this is a space for you to write the name of the book, the author that you are wanting to add to your TBR for this year. And then you have a space to mark it off if you actually read it. So the reason why I titled this Never Ending TBR is because I feel like my TBR just keeps on growing and growing and growing. And I don't know about you guys, but I get ads on Facebook like crazy. So as I'm scrolling through, I see an advertisement of a book from an author, and it gives you the little snippet, and then it takes you to an Amazon link to be able to look at the actual book, and you can see if it's on Kindle or not, part of Kindle Unlimited. And that always gets me, guys. So I have a wish list now on my Amazon of books that I want to read that are on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited, and it just keeps growing. So that's why it's a never-ending TBR. And you do get 2 pages of this because if you're like me, that list can grow and grow and grow. So that is this page here. And so that is the entirety of the reading journal. So I'm going to show you guys mine here. So this is my reading journal in my planner. So this is in my trackers section of my planner. And here I have the girl and the main cover reading journal. And then the next page here is my reading monthly stats. So again, I was trialing this out, kind of seeing what worked, what didn't. So mine will look just slightly different, but not very much. I kind of liked the overall original product. And then just as I've gone, I'm thinking, what can be changed? What should be fixed? So mine shouldn't look too much different from yours, just saying. But again, this is a labor of love, and I've been trialing this out and kind of going over the design for a few months now. But as I said, in this reading monthly stats page, you can highlight all the different days that you've read in that month. So the book of the month page here, obviously I haven't written anything since we're still in the month of January. And then my bookshelf here. So I've filled in the number of books that I've read so far and then written down the titles. So I'm really happy with how this is looking so far, and I'm super excited to keep reading and keep filling this page out so I can see all the different spaces covered. So again, this is my absolute favorite page. So here is the books read and ratings page in my planner. So again, you have the covers of the books that you can put in here, and then write down the information of the book, when you started it, when you finished it, and then what you rated it. For easy reference for you guys, in the individual boxes here, I do give you guys the dimensions of how big you want your image to be. And I just put these all in Canva, and I just put a cover of all of the books and then just sized it down and printed it on sticker paper to be able to easily add it to this page. So the way that I'm trying to get through my TBR this year is I have the maximum number of books checked out on Kindle Unlimited, and I added that all to the Canva sheet that I mentioned and just printed it all in one go. That way I had multiple covers on there, and I'm not wasting sticker paper by only printing once I finished a book. So it really is up to you on how you want to manage this page. Like, you can wait to fill this out once you've read a certain number of books. That way you're not wasting any sticker paper, or you could even print this on regular paper and then use glue to paste this on here. So I do have recommendations of products down in my description box. One of them is the Scotch wrinkle-free glue that I've used before in one of my creative journal spreads. So that is my absolute favorite glue that I use, and that would work very, very well for this because again, it's wrinkle free, and if you happen to get it outside of the edges, it dries clear. So you can't even tell. So that is down below, and I appreciate those of you that shop using those links down below because I do get a small commission as being an affiliate for Amazon. So thank you guys if you choose to purchase from those links. That just helps support me and my channel so I can continue to bring content for you guys. And then this next page is the A to Z reading challenge. So luckily for me, all of the books that I've read so far all start with different letters. So I've been able to fill in a new spot in the A to Z reading challenge. So I'm super, super excited to see this all filled out for this year. And then here is my common tropes bingo. Again, like the A to Z, luckily I could find a trope that corresponds with the book that I read. Now, some of the tropes will obviously be applicable to multiple books that you read, but there's always another trope in that book that you could mark for it if you've already used that space. So I love, love, love this page, and I keep forgetting what color of blue I initially used. So I've just decided that this page is going to be an array of blues. So I gave up on trying to remember what color I used, and I don't want to go back and swatch all of my markers. So I'm just going to leave this as is. And then this page here, I do need to actually fill out, but again, I have this kind of tracked on my Amazon on a wish list of the TBR that I want to read that are available on Kindle Unlimited. So I just add those to a wish list as I'm browsing through, and that kind of is my TBR, but I do want to see it at an overall glance, so I just need to go in and add those all here. So for my reading tracker, I printed it for my planner. I printed this on pretty heavy cardstock paper, which I don't recommend because the way that it printed, it was just a pain in the butt because cardstock is not very pliable and it's really hard to like run through your printer, especially if you're doing double-sided. So this I printed on 110-pound paper, which again, I don't recommend, but it does work well for me to be able to use my Ohuhu art markers. It's pretty easy to bleed through the next page. So if you've seen me use those in my last creative journal spread, the horizontal Dutch door spread, you do see that when I used it, it did bleed through to the page behind it. But because I printed this on 110-pound cardstock, when I use the marker, it doesn't bleed through. You can kind of see it just kind of peeking through, but it's not bleeding through. So I really like that I printed this on 110-pound paper, but I would not recommend that for you unless you really want to go through the hassle of that with your printer. But just as an FYI, I think you're going to get what you need by using 32-pound paper. So that is what I printed. Oops, if I can grab it here. That is what I printed this on. This is 32-pound paper. It is my absolute favorite go-to printer paper. I'm not a fan of using like the really thin normal printer paper of the 14 to 20-pound paper because that just, even you writing in pen, like I feel like that, like you can see through it on the page behind it. So my go-to is 32-pound paper. It will work for mild liners, you know, to fill in your bookshelf and fill in your star ratings here. but the art markers unfortunately will bleed through the 32-pound paper. So I would probably recommend anything between 70 to 80, because once you start getting to the 100-pound paper, then that gets into more of the cardstock to where it's not as pliable. So 70 to 80-pound paper will probably be your best bet if you're wanting to use your art markers. So I haven't tried out any 70 to 80-pound paper. I think that's going to be something I will need to purchase just so that I can, continue evolving my reading journal and maybe eventually offer it as a full product to actually print, cut, and send to you guys. So if any of you guys use 70 to 80-pound paper for this, please let me know if you experience any bleed through by using any sort of art markers. But this paper that I use, the 32-pound paper, that is just my go-to, and it works very, very well with mild liners. So I will show you guys here in just a little bit what I mean by that, because I printed off just kind of a extra of my bookshelf. And then this is what it looks like again when you cut it down, because I've given you guys those cut marks to be able to print this and put it in your own planner. And this is what it looks like once you've cut it down. So I'm going to show you guys here what I mean of the bleed through. But like I said, I use 32-pound paper. If that's something you guys are interested in grabbing for yourself, I do have that link to the paper that I use down in the description box below. Again, if you do purchase through my links, again, thank you so, so much. Okay, so I've grabbed a couple of mild liners here. So I'm going to go and color in a couple of these spaces just to show you guys. Now I do suck at coloring inside the lines, so don't judge me. I just love how the 32-pound paper feels. Like, it's like silky almost, and it's my absolute favorite. So I don't use anything except the 32-pound paper for anything at home. So stuff that I print off for my doctors or stuff I print off at work, I take this paper to work with me because they have the normal 14-20-pound paper that's just so thin, it's like see-through. So I have my own stash of this 32-pound paper at work so I can print off my documents on this paper. And I've kind of gotten my coworkers on the kick of using my paper too, because it is so nice. Like, I'm not even joking, like, it is my favorite. I cannot print anything that is not on 32-pound paper. So but as you see here, there is no bleed through by using the mild liners on this 32-pound paper. So I'm gonna just fill in a few more spots with some of these darker colors, and that's why I wanted to grab these specific ones, because these are more of the dark ones that you see in the mild liner collection. And then I'm also grabbing this like neon green. Okay, so just see, it looks so beautiful on the 32-pound paper, and there is no bleed through on the back. So the other reason I wanted to show you guys this is because I have reached 100 subscribers here on YouTube. So thank you guys so much. It's so crazy to think that 100 of you guys are willing to follow me and stick around with all my craziness and goofiness. So, thank you guys so much. So as a thank you, I did print off this to not only show you guys the actual product and then show you guys how easy it is to cut using the guide marks, but I will be giving away this reading journal that I have here to one lucky subscriber. And I will be including a couple of additional goodies as well. I will be including the book review sheets. So I have printed quite a few of these to be able to send with the reading journal. That way, if this is something you want to also add, you have it. And then I also printed quite a few extra of the books read and rating pages. So again, because you can just reprint over and over again, but if I will be giving this to one lucky subscriber, you know, this is a product that you're getting from me for free. So I wanted to also include a few extras of those. And then also you'll be getting this sticker that says just one more chapter. So this is printed on vinyl, and I wanted to include this as well for you guys because obviously this is a reading journal, so it's themed and it goes along with the theme. So I will be giving this away to one lucky subscriber. So to be eligible for the giveaway, you will need to obviously be subscribed to my YouTube channel, and then you will also need to be following my Instagram page at Kiwi Crafts Co. And then the last thing is to leave a comment down below on what your favorite book is that you've ever read. So it doesn't have to be a recent read. It can be any book, any series that you recommend that you just absolutely loved. So again, remember when I said I would need some assistance from you guys in my A to Z reading challenge? So any book will count. Honestly, it doesn't have to be those ones that start with Z or X or Q. It just any book that you recommend. So again, 1, be subscribed to my YouTube channel. 2, go follow my Instagram page at Kiwi Crafts Co. And then 3, leave a comment down below on what your all-time favorite book you ever read is. So that's it. And this giveaway will include these pages being cut down and also be punched. So that way you guys don't have to do any of the hard work. So these pages will be trimmed down, and I'll go ahead and punch them for you guys when I mail it out. So just showing you, once you cut out all the pages, how easy it is to hole punch if you have a happy planner punch or any other sort of disc punch will work, as long as you have those 9 holes here. So that is it for today's video, you guys. Again, thank you guys so much for allowing me to reach 100 subscribers here on my channel, and I hope you guys are excited to pick up this reading journal on my Etsy shop. Again, that will be down below, and I am looking forward to seeing you guys use this. If you do purchase this and include in your own planner, please take pictures and tag me on Instagram. I would love to see how you guys are using this, what you guys are enjoying, and just super excited for this release of the reading journal. And the good thing is it's not too late. You know, we're only getting into February, so you still have plenty of time to use this for the remainder of 2025. And then if you're like me and kind of weird, it's honestly fun to backtrack and fill in all your stuff of things that have already happened. So it's your opportunity to go back, print off covers of your books, add it to this, fill in the bookshelf pages, write those books in, and fill in those Reading Monthly Stats pages. So I'm super excited for this release. It is live now on my Etsy shop for you to go and purchase. So Again, thank you guys so much if you do choose to purchase from me, and if you choose to use any of those affiliate links down below of the recommendations that I give to you guys for products that I personally use. And I think that about wraps it up for today's video. So thank you guys again so much for watching, again for the 100 subscribers, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!